Good afternoon, family. How are you? This is Sherry, and I am here doing a live recording, waiting for my good friend, Mark, with Internet Profits. Mark, you can go ahead and turn your screen on so I can see you. Can you hear me, Mark? There he is. You need audio. You, I think you just muted yourself.
There we go.
There it is.
There it
Excellent,
is.
excellent, excellent. I see that
Here.
you're kind of savvy already with your video because you have a background.
I have a background. Okay, so let me maybe change
You
that
don't have
background.
to. I need to learn how to do that trick.
Choose virtual background.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
Oh, very nice. I love it. Now you're outside in Wisconsin or somewhere.
Well, to hell with the outside. It's bloody rain.
Excellent, excellent. Um, Mark and I are both partners with Mr. Dean Holland of Internet Profits. He is one of the big gurus in the online, making money online, affiliate marketing industry. And he's taught us everything that we know. And I really wanted to hang out with Mark. Mark and I are part of the same accountability group. So we meet once a week and keep each other pushing forward as we become more and more successful at making money online. And I wanted to invite Mark to join us today because he's working on a project which really is the ultimate goal of every affiliate marketer, which is to have your own platform. And so he's been telling me about his project, and I love it because I'm also a closet musician. I'm not really that closet. People that know me know that I have been doing music for a long time. I actually play the bass guitar and also the congas. My husband was really a music master, sound engineer, a recording artist, songwriter. He traveled the world doing music full time. So, and then he taught me everything I know about music. So when you were telling me about this wonderful project that you have, I was kind of excited about that. And so tell us a little bit about it, Mark.
The fun part is that it has nothing to do with internet profit, which I was sitting back and looking at, what can I sell? What can I be doing? Because everybody's saying, well, I'll do a program about, how to make money online and so forth. And then I started talking with my associates who are with me working on our it's Mixkit. It's basically it's an application to help musicians, mostly now guitar players, to practice and be able to better practice by using their cell phone and the application.
Wow.
So it has nothing to do with the whole principle of making money online, and yet it does, because I look at it from a perspective of saying, if I can get a musician,
Mm-hmm.
let's say like yourself, to look at the application and say, hey, this is really cool.
Okay.
I know that it is a very close segmented market. So I know that if you like it, you'll talk to other musicians about it. And that'll just create that wave, or that bowl of snow to go down, roll down the hill to become bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the things that I was looking at. And I said, I'm not looking at it from the right angle. I should be looking at, again, and I think this is what Dean with Internet Profit pushes a lot, is how can I help somebody else become better at what they're doing? In this case, playing music. So to me, it was kind of a coming back to the source, but also saying, hey, I have something that I can provide musicians to help. And at the same time, hey, they can help me sell more. They can become an affiliate, make some money, and basically be part of that team, that family, to make it grow.
There's so many ways to do this online. I think you and I were talking the other day, and I was thinking about how oftentimes when there's a new product out there, oftentimes there's a trial period or a 30 days or 60 days where someone can try a product at no
Mhm.
cost to see if it's something that they're interested in using. And I think that that's an excellent way to go. It's one of the things that we have picked up is how to present the perfect offer. Well, the perfect offer is free, and after they get a chance to use it, then later the subscription would start. Excuse me, the subscription would start. Um, and I do programs like that all the time. I mean, um, in this business, a lot of times I have to go online and try new things. Like even this Zoom presentation right now that we're using, they have a free, um, they have a business free level, a business level, and different levels of, but you can come in the door at no cost and try this product and see if it works out for you. There may be some restrictions or whatever on the free level, but even at the free level, they're still giving us a service, right?
And that's one of the things when we were looking at in the application. And we also need to make sure that we're not looking at that shiny syndrome, going after every shiny syndrome. Um, that's one of the things that I'm looking at and saying, okay, what will make a person come back or continue the membership or continue to use the application and interact with me to make it better?
Hmm.
And that's where I think a guy like Dean, James, and Glenn come aboard, and they have this. I think the only thing that I can say is this total love of wanting everybody to succeed. And if you listen to the this morning his presentation, he was giving us a bit of what's coming in next year and in
Hmm.
November. And it's one of those things that you, like you said, you're looking at trying it and to see if it works. And that
Right.
was one of the things, when we started this accountability group, that was one of the things that I wanted. I knew I needed. I needed somebody to push me to do things that I didn't maybe want to do,
Right.
or at least try them out.
Right.
And this video is the case in point. When you sent me an email and you said, "Hey, come on, let's do this,"
Well, I think
and
a lot of times in our business, um, because I connect with quite a few marketers, and oftentimes they see, even though they may be friendly, they may see you as competition. Um, but I'm like, and just so our listeners know who Dean, Glenn, and James are, they're the top three gentlemen at Internet Profits with under Dean Holland.
bear with me.
Yeah,
Sherry, you scratching. I think your
I'm sorry.
microphone. You're scratching your
I'm
paper.
sorry.
Your
Um,
hands. Get your hands.
Dean Holland has a company called Internet Profits, um, and he has the most wonderful technical guy. He's the one that helps you get all of your systems set up and connected. to do your affiliate marketing business, all the technical stuff. This guy's name is Glenn Shepard. He's absolutely wonderful and awesome, and just a gentleman all about. And James Barton, he is
Bartram.
Bartner.
Yeah, James Bartram.
He is our master organic traffic guy, and he gives a lot of inspiration on how to do get organic traffic and everything that's connected to that. So if you hear us kind of mention those three names, they are people that we actually get to engage with on a daily basis for training, and they have taught us quite a bit, and we've been able to accelerate our businesses very fast because of the way of how the program is set up. And so what Mark has done is now he has his own platform that's about to be launched probably before the end of this year. So we're kind of talking about how we're going to take that knowledge that we have and apply it to our own personal businesses. So, yeah.
It boils down to when we talk about these three people, and let's not forget there's other people also, like you said, we interact with other people on a daily basis. But I know for a fact that to succeed, you need to have a mentor or mentors.
That's right.
I everything that I've done, everything that I've been able to succeed at, I've always had a mentor. It just was always part of the equation. And that means being able to understand that when you're wrong, you're told you're wrong and you're able to accept it. So the ego has to stay out the door. And that sometimes can take a few people a little time before, getting to that point.
Right.
But on the other side, when you listen to those people and you understand where they're coming from, at the end of the day, it's always a question of wanting to succeed. I've yet, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been with IP since what, August? No, a little earlier than that. July, I think.
Of last year? Of
Yeah,
2020?
and I look at the different conversations and everything else that's been there. It's always been about the success of the people that are like us, part of IP. It's never about, well, Dean has a new car because of da da da. No, it's about everybody should be able to afford their car or leave their business, leave their full-time job to go work for themselves on a full-time basis. And that is a kicker. That I've been in around internet products, e-commerce for about 8 years. And I've only met two people that were like Dean. Well, if you include Dean, of course, Glenn and James. But I've only met another person that was within that same mindset of your success. But Dean over amplifies that in the sense that he will tell you that he will not succeed if you don't succeed. And that you hear that with the conversation. Same thing with Glenn. I mean, 2-3 weeks ago, we had an open mic, Glenn and I, with the people on the Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And, here's a guy that usually you have to pay maybe what, $300 for an hour?
Okay.
Maybe something like that. And I spent an hour and a half and we were talking about, the pitfalls of this, the that. You can't buy that. It was just, when I got off the call, I was just dumbstruck because I thought I just got more than I could ever have asked for
I got you.
in that. And I mean, it's the same thing when we decided to do the accountability group. I think we're all looking for the same thing. Like I told you earlier, just before we started the video, thank you, because you're pushing me in the right buttons to get me to do the
Oh
things I
no.
need.
You
So,
know what, Mark? It's nice to be in the presence of not just like-minded people, but someone that wants to see you be successful. There's no jealousy, there's no competition. It's just, I mean, really the race is against yourself. Can you outdo your own expectations of yourself? That's the competition, is overcoming you. You know, being able to even extract out of yourself all of your God-given talents, um, and apply them in your business, to see what's inside of you that's beautiful that can come out, and so, having to overcome fears or doubts or, um, wanting to try new things. I mean, it's not easy getting on camera and talking and being transparent, if you will. It's not easy to share yourself, but each time we share a story and tell how we are being successful in our business, we will help somebody. And if no one gets help, you will help yourself, because it's your testimony, and
just when when we were talking about me doing voiceover work,
right.
and I used to be a bank manager, so everybody's on
Wow.
the phone, and the staff, there's people, saying you should be doing voiceover work. You've got a great voice, and it it was great because when you're talking about the support, my boss, I was mid management at the
Okay.
bank, and my boss basically was saying, says, okay, so what do you have to do to take the course? And I said, well, I'm living in Montreal and I need to go to Toronto, which is, for information's sakes, about 6 hours drive, give or take. But I wanted to take the train. So he said, okay, how about I give you a laptop? You do the work on the train, and you leave early on Friday. And if you need more time on Monday, you let me know. But you go take your course over the weekend, and we'll see how that goes. And the help you get just by throwing it out. I mean, I'm not a very religious person, but I truly believe that when you throw out what you want up in the air, somebody's listening.
Yeah, right.
Somebody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's just kind of the law of cause and effect, you know.
Mhm.
And you probably missed my program on Sunday, but my Sunday show is very spiritual.
I should. Well, I should watch it. I should. Yeah, I should. I should. I mean,
It's very spiritual because I believe in what you just said. Okay.
mhm.
I also believe in writing things down, because what it does is invoke the law of manifestation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got 4 of these.
Oh no. What is the name of that you got? What is that? Oh, the notebook?
Oh, it's just I've got my daily notes, and
Yeah.
then I've got one for my business, my 2 businesses,
Writing
and
stuff down is so powerful. I mean, it really is. Oftentimes I jot things down. This is one of mine right here. This is just a short one. Uh, but it's full of notes,
yeah, 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 just a
things
little thing.
things that I want to do, things I've
Mhm.
thought about doing, notes that I've taken from other people, and just testing and trying things. You won't know. A lot of times we want things in our lives to change, but um,
It's
in order for it to manifest, to
Mhm.
speak those things, to write those
Yeah.
things down, really kind of aligns yourself up for those things to happen. And so I've watched it happen for me so many times, and I could really I just kind of live by it. And I'm trying to
Mhm.
teach it to my 11-year-old now because he thinks he can just remember everything. And I'm like, your hand has a memory too.
It it's one of those things, but again, I think it depends also. It might be a generation thing because see, my phone, I have a Samsung 5, which I think it comes from the Stone Age, and they're still writing, with the little hammer. But I'm a pen and paper guy, and I was telling that to my niece. My niece is about 25 years younger than me, so half my age. And she's saying, just, well, why do you write all this? And I said, well, I got a new book at the start of the year. And then at the end of the year, the last 2 weeks of December, I go over what I've written and take a look at what I've done, what I didn't do, what I'd like to maybe start with in the beginning of the year.
Hmm.
But it's written down. And I mean, I've probably got I must have at least about 20 to 25 of these in a box downstairs in the basement
Awesome.
from years before.
Awesome.
So and like you said, it's a way for me to jot down, my wants, my desires. Um, I do truly believe I got a whiteboard in front of my computer, with my to dos and due dates and my why, the why we
That's right.
learn about as well. Um, but it's one thing that it brings you closer to it. It's tangible. I
Right.
don't know. It just creates that link
It
in a
does.
sense.
And also, like you said, you can always go back and see what you recorded to see if
Mhm.
those things have actually happened that you were aiming for. The way that I got into this business is, in 2001, I started doing mortgage loans. And
Okay.
I did that until the market crashed the last time in 2008 to 2010. And then I did insurance for a little while. And then I found myself back in the lending industry, working to do commercial real estate. And then
Okay.
ultimately, I started working with rehabbers to get them
Okay.
funding for their projects. And
Okay.
then eventually I said, you know what? I've helped a lot of people make a lot of money. Not that I wasn't successful at my business, I really was pretty
Yeah.
successful. But to get a $7,000 commission check as opposed to a $70,000 commission check from the sale of a property is like a big difference, right? So eventually I started doing my own rehab projects,
Okay.
and I enjoyed doing it. But the last project that I did was right when COVID happened.
Okay.
And I'm a mother, and I have two children. One is 11, the other is 7. I've been taking care of my dad since 2011. I just wasn't able to leave the house anymore because everybody was at home.
It just
And I had to
yeah.
figure out a way to live the lifestyle that I've had been accustomed to and do that from home. And so that's
Yeah.
how I came across Internet Profits. And I think it's a wonderful program, excellent training and support. They give you everything you need to be successful um, and making money online. And so now that I have this education, now that I'm practicing it, actually, I sometime this afternoon, probably within the next hour or so, my award for what do they call it? I'm in the four figure club.
Four figure club. Yes, 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 yes.
It
Yeah,
should
yeah,
be
yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
it should be
Yeah,
coming here
should be.
today by FedEx. So I'm pretty excited about that.
There you go. Yeah,
And
you mentioned that.
well, I hadn't gone after actually having it delivered because I didn't know how to get it, but I just figured it out probably last week. And I'm very grateful for this knowledge of how to do business online. Very
The fun
grateful.
part, the fun part as well is this morning, Dean's presentation, he was mentioning how, you know, Facebook, everything is evolving, the changes, and how he's making sure that his business evolves. Because one thing that I've seen in the past a lot is, well, buy this product. It's a nice, shiny product. It's really great. You can make a lot of money, and that's it. That's it. Just the people who sold you it basically sold it and made a lot of money, and that was it. There's no review. There's no let's make it better. But Dean with Internet Profit is doing that. He's changing the way that we market. We have different products that we can market at different levels as well. So that makes it, I mean, an even better solution for somebody that wants to, learn, like you said, get to learn all this information, and it's not a, it's a marathon that never ends.
The thing is, though, Mark, is the fact that we have, I mentioned COVID for a reason, is because COVID is a new benchmark. I mean, before
Mhm.
was it the crash of 2008 was like a big benchmark, but COVID is a new benchmark. Whereas, really, if you don't know, if you're an entrepreneur
Yeah.
and your marketing is not focused on doing business online, you're
Oh
gonna be
God.
washed up. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just no getting around it. I even have a email that she actually retired from AT&T, so it's probably really hard for her to adjust
Funny.
because she wants to be able to pick up her
Yeah.
telephone or whatever. But over the weekend, we were with some family, and someone played a song, and she loved the song. And so she's like, "Who sings that song? And who? How can I get the CD?" And I wanted to tell her, "Who's nobody's making CDs anymore, Grandma."
You download it and
So,
that's it.
so she has like an AT&T cell phone, but she never uses the smartphone. So she uses her flip phone all the time. And so I'm like, if you want this song, you're gonna have to download it.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
want to hear that song all the time? This is
Yeah.
how you're gonna hear it. And
That's it.
so even with all of our businesses now, if you don't know how to work this to make your living,
Mm.
see, this is
Yeah.
mobile. You can go anywhere. You can still be connected,
Anywhere
but
in the
you've
world.
got to learn how to adjust to the time and the season that we're in.
And the case in point, even further from what you were mentioning, we don't have to look far. Anybody, you talk about COVID and you look at the restaurants that made it in the sense of we're making at least some money. We're the ones that were able to rapidly turn around and say, okay, we're going to be able to get people to come in, pick up their food, and leave, and switch around their menu, being online, being able to give a rebate or whatnot. A lot of the people here, I'm a retired military, they'd say, okay, come and buy, we'll give you 10%. And they adapted themselves, to use your word. They adapted their business to the requirements. I mean, you can't get your food via your phone, but you can order it and you can have it delivered so rapidly.
And that's what, and
It's
that's
mind
where we're
boggling.
at right now. And so we all have to go ahead and submit to what's going on if you want to be successful as an entrepreneur. Um, Whether you're using the internet just to reach an audience, to build an audience, to engage with your audience, to place orders, whatever it is, you're gonna have to be able to do that effectively online, and even using social media platforms. I'm not really interested in learning how to do TikTok,
No, but there's so many different platforms out there. Like,
Instagram.
I've told you, me and Facebook are, I hate social net. I mean, it just,
But what you
I
gonna
loathe it.
do? What are you gonna do when all of your musicians are on Facebook?
Well, see, and the
What are you
worst
gonna
part,
do?
I'm the guy basically taking care of that side of it. Like, the director of marketing kind of
So let's
helps on
just
that.
say,
But
okay, let's just say that, let's look at the blessing side of it. Okay. So you don't have to go from door to door to talk to people. That's a
yeah,
plus.
yeah,
You can type into Facebook
different tools.
algorithm
Mhm.
and tell them who you're looking for, what age group, what kind of musician. You can
Mhm.
say what country, you can say what city, you can say what state, you can say whatever you want to say, and you'll be able to target exactly who you're
Exactly.
looking for and publish. Push publish,
And
and it's done.
and and this is where one of the things that a friend of mine who said I could never have an online business. And it boils back down to changing mindsets and making sure that you go out and get the information. It's out there. The good information is there. The good way of like Dean, Glenn, and everybody else that we're talking with is helping out somebody else to become better at it. Because at the end of the day, for me, I know it's just a mindset.
Right.
I Facebook doesn't have to control me. That's it. It's more a question of use it to my advantage. Like you said, my demographic is very, very direct in the sense that I know who I need to be speaking with. People who want to become better at playing a guitar. That is everybody that is in sales has been telling me you have a big advantage because
Can
you
the bass
know who.
guitars use the equipment too, or is it just for acoustic or lead guitar?
Well, for now, it's more guitar players, whether it's acoustic, bass, or is really just guitar players.
Can I ask
Um,
you, what about a bass player that plays a stand-up bass? Could they use it?
well,
A
that's a very
cello?
good question. That's a very good question. I would say yes, because the application in itself, you'll be able to have it on your phone, basically,
Uh-huh.
and you'll be able to put it on your phone and practice, whether you're putting it on the table or on your knee or whatnot, while you're practicing. So it'll
Okay.
help you basically become better, not just because there's the side of reading music and the
Right.
other side that people who don't know how to read music but could read an application of, okay, you got six strings, well, you press on the two and then the four
I
at this
got you.
level,
I
and
got you.
and and basically it'll be able to help you out on that. And that's the simplicity of it. Everybody was saying is, well, there's got to be an application that came out for that. And we've looked. I mean, I've looked as far as marketing is concerned, nothing out there. So
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Well, I just want to say many blessings with you and your team as you guys are getting very close to launching this. If there's anything I can do to help you guys, I'm happy to do so. Um,
appreciate
I want to thank you for taking a few minutes out of your afternoon and talking to us about doing business online and being an entrepreneur and making your own products, making things happen. That's just exciting to me. And just want to thank you guys that are out there listening. If you're on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and give us a hashtag. Let's see, hashtag entrepreneur. And also, you can press the like button and give us a couple of happy faces or hearts. We love hearts too. And I just want to thank you for hanging out with us this afternoon. And we will see you next Tuesday. I think I may have a different guest, but Mark will be back with us in a couple of weeks. And we're going to see how he's progressing with his project. And until then, I'm just going to say peace and shalom.
Thank you, Sherry. Take care.
See you soon.